We join Arthur, contemplating his infected wounds inflicted by the newly risen undead. Even in his delirious state, he knew that one thing that would prove vital in an end-of-the-world scenario would be medicine. There was a pharmacy near Twiggy's bar. He would try to gain access to it. He steps outside to a new day. The rotten corpses of the undead ruining any semblance of a fine morning. Bidding farewell and good luck to Arlene, he trudges off, exhausted from lack of sleep. But he had a plan. If he could get to Twiggy's, at least there would be alcohol. So, he sets off. His plan was to skirt the perimeter of the town, away from the thronging masses of the zombies. He would head through the forest. The streets were eerie and deserted. He could see someone up ahead. It was Donald. He tried to talk to him, surprised to find him still alive. But all Donald uttered was gibberish. Arthur eyed him curiously and decided to push on. He bids Donald farewell and ducks off into the forest. Stepping tentatively into the trees, he holds his breath. Fears he has made a mistake already. He can hear them in the undergrowth. Withered arms reach out to him through the foliage, forcing him to press on through his tiredness. The trees cast strange shadows in the morning sun, causing him to suspect an attack at any moment. But he pushed on, exhausted but knowing every step was a step closer to the pub. Flinching constantly as the tree branches brushed his arms, he zigzagged his way quietly through the woods, his breath coming in short gasps now. He was walking through so many trees that he started to feel like a character out of the Lord of the Rings, he thought, and laughed to himself. He hated them bloody books. He wished Brian was here. He would know how to handle this. His nose was always in a horror book or a comic. The one time those things might actually prove bloody useful, he thought. He pressed on until the trees dispersed and finally entered the clearing. Arthur could see an ambulance across the field, no sign of the former occupants, but surrounded by a gang of ghouls. He considered the benefits of the ambulance, then thought twice about tangling with them, and decided to push on. Little did he know it was over for him already. Moving as swiftly as his aching legs would take him, he crosses the wide field. And comes across the charred, smoky remains of a house. He had passed this yesterday when the house was still intact. Things had escalated very quickly. Taking a brief moment of rest, he hears a noise behind him. A zombie, looking like his old headmaster, Gerald Watkins, breaches the window frame. He dispatches it quickly with a rolling pin. Crimson blood spraying like a fountain across the room. He had enjoyed that. Moving into the town centre, his mind only focused on the plan. Must get medicine, must reach Twiggy's, must speak to Brian, must drink alcohol. But everywhere he looked was a reminder that it was all over. Burned houses, ruined cars and bodies laying in the road. The undead roaming the street and crawling from each of the town's dark orifices. Crossing the car park, he could see another person, someone like him, a fellow survivor. But then he turned round and witnessed the slow march of the undead. He screams at her to run and flees exhaustedly down the alleyway till he could hear her cries. He considers going to help, but she was gone. Skulking through the streets now, every sinew aching in his body. Lactic acid burning through his limbs. Lack of alcohol hurting even more. He seeks refuge, but they're everywhere. His legs begin to fail. But he was close, so close to Twiggy's, so close. Moving as quickly as he can manage past the Gigamart, as the fiends bashed mindlessly against the glass windows. Medicine forgotten now, just the need to reach safety. Crossing the road, he can see the pub sign, but he can go no further. He turns to make one last stand, but they have him. And they tear at his flesh like savage wolves. It was over.